Are they really the one? 5 signs you might be ignoring. Love can be powerful, raw, and beautiful. But sometimes even deep emotional attachment can blind us to the truth that the person we're with isn't right for us. You might feel strongly for them, but emotional intensity doesn't always equal compatibility or long-term peace. Let's explore 5 clear signs that someone may not be the one, even if you love them deeply, along with real-life examples to bring each sign to life. Number 1, you feel more anxious than at peace. Love should feel like home, not a battlefield. In a healthy relationship, you feel secure, heard, and emotionally safe. If you're constantly second-guessing yourself, waiting for their next mood swing, or overthinking every text message, that's a sign your nervous system is on edge, not at ease. Real-life example. Tasha loved Marcus fiercely, but every time he went out with friends, her stomach twisted in knots. He rarely communicated where he was or when he'd be back. Her mind would race with what-ifs. While she blamed herself for being too sensitive, the real issue was a lack of emotional safety and open communication. Ask yourself, does this relationship make me feel calm or constantly on edge? Number 2, your core values don't align. Shared values are more important than shared hobbies. You can be wildly in love and still be fundamentally incompatible. If one person prioritizes family and the other wants to live a nomadic lifestyle, if one believes in honesty and the other constantly tells white lies, you'll find yourselves clashing over the things that define your lives. Real-life example. Ben was in love with Leela, but he wanted kids. She didn't. He believed in saving and financial planning, while she lived for the moment. Arguments about money and future goals became frequent. They were deeply in love, but they were moving in different directions. Ask yourself, are we aligned on the things that truly matter? Beliefs, goals, and life vision? Number 3, you're always justifying their behavior. If you find yourself constantly defending their actions, it's time to pause. When love is healthy, your partner's actions reflect respect, care, and accountability. If instead you're frequently explaining away their lack of effort, disrespect, or inconsistency to yourself or to others, that's a warning sign. Real-life example. Amaka's friends noticed her boyfriend never showed up for events, didn't call often, and dismissed her feelings. Whenever they expressed concern, Amaka would say things like, "He's just busy," or "He's not good at expressing emotions." Deep down, she felt neglected, but she was too in love to admit it wasn't enough. Ask yourself, am I excusing behavior I would never accept if I wasn't in love? Number 4, you've lost your identity. True love nurtures who you are. It doesn't erase you. In toxic or codependent relationships, people slowly lose sight of their passions, friends, and even their voice. You may start making decisions solely based on what they want, or slowly stop doing things you used to love. Real-life example. Kemi used to love dancing, painting, and weekend hangouts with friends. But since dating John, she stopped going out, quit her art class, and found herself constantly compromising to avoid conflict. Her world shrunk to fit his comfort zone. Ask yourself, do I still recognize the person I am in this relationship? Number 5, you're in love with their potential. Hope is beautiful, but it shouldn't replace reality. You might see the greatness in someone and believe they could grow into a more caring, stable, or mature partner. But being in love with who they could be, instead of who they are right now, can keep you stuck in a cycle of waiting. Real-life example. Toby believed Sarah had a kind heart, even though she was emotionally unavailable, avoided difficult conversations, and prioritized her work over their relationship. He told himself, one day she'll change. But years passed, and nothing changed. He was clinging to the version of her that only existed in his head. Ask yourself, am I in love with the person in front of me, or the version of them I've created in my mind? Final thoughts. Being in love doesn't mean the relationship is right. Emotional connection is only one part of the puzzle. Compatibility, emotional health, shared values, and mutual effort matter as much, if not more. If you recognize these signs, it doesn't mean you have to walk away immediately, but it does mean you owe it to yourself to reflect, communicate, and make decisions from a place of clarity, not just love. Be sure to subscribe to Heart and Truth TV for more real, compassionate, and honest relationship content. Whether you're healing, dating, or growing, you're not alone on this journey.